Hey, how are you guys? It is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you guys about my favorite part of sales, especially in the tech world, and that is the 3-foot rule. Now, if you've never heard of the 3-foot rule and you like talking to people, this is going to be the easiest and largest game changer for you. If you don't like talking to people, this is something that I promise you, if you become effective with, you will be a lethal weapon when it comes to sales. You'll be making more money than you ever knew what to do with, and your company is going to be supremely happy because it is so crazy effective. Before I get into today's video, I want to invite you to go check out my masterclass. It is 5 secret tips on how to make more money. No, this one is not in there, although it probably should be because it's so good. But I promise you, if you implement this video or any of those other 5, you're going to make way more money in your MSP or IT business or in tech companies in general. I mean, there's a lot of amazing value in there. So what is the 3-foot rule? The 3-foot rule is going out and talking to somebody within 3 feet of you. Now, there is a lot of secret sauce that I'm going to give you in this video that makes it crazy, crazy effective. So effective that I just came back from California and the company that I was with was like, hey, can you bring some people into our booth? We want to go speak to some people here, but they weren't quite ready for the amount of people that I was going to bring in because I have mastered the 3-foot rule. Now, the 3-foot rule doesn't exactly have to be 3 feet. Nobody's going to walk around with a tape measure and say, hey, this is 3 feet, or you know what, you're in arm's reach. Let me talk to you. But a lot of times people have this little device, new phone, in their hands, and they're walking around and kind of aimlessly. And if you are at a convention, if you are at a conference, if you are at a networking meeting, if you've taken my advice and joined the local chamber of commerce, mastering the 3-foot rule is huge. And it's anybody within, I would say, vocal distance of you. Now, you don't want to scream, although I happen to be very loud. You don't want to whisper because nobody's going to hear you, but inside voice appropriate enough to get somebody's attention, but not to the point where it's kind of disturbing that you're talking so loudly. And the first thing you want to do is say hello. If they have a name badge on, which is great. I love chambers of commerce. A lot of times they have a name badge of some sort. If you are at a conference, they have name placards on them of who they are and what company they're with. But you could just say, hey, so-and-so. Hey, guy in the red shirt. Hey, what do you do? How do you do it? Come up with something clever. I love saying somebody's name. Jason, Michael, hey, how are you, Phil? I don't know. Or, wow, you must look lost, right? And they're gonna be like, ha ha ha. Or, hey, it looks like you need somebody to talk to. Something catchy, enough to rope them in to get them to go, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're gonna try to sell me. I don't know who you are, but it was enough to catch my attention. It was that initial hook, right? Just in the beginning of this video, I mentioned the 3-foot rule. Chances are pretty good. You probably don't know what it is. So I say, hey, I'm gonna tell you about the 3-foot rule. Obviously, I have to give my own promotions, but it's something that people don't think about. In many of my other videos, how to make more money. You want to know how to make more money. The Alphabet Club, whatever it may be, you want to say something that is catchy enough to get them to stop, put this little device down, and say, oh, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Hey, what's up? How are you? Hey, my name's Harrison. What do you do? I want to know about them. And a lot of people, especially in sales, get very confused with just ramming bad information or salesy information down somebody's throat, and it doesn't work effectively. But you can say, hey, how are you? I'm Harrison. They're going to say, hey, my name's John, or whatever their name is. Michelle, I don't know. What do you do? Oh, I do this. Oh, it's super cool. What do you do for your company then? And how do you impact how do you impact their business? They're going to start to tell you. People like to talk about themselves when it comes to sales. And the more questions you can ask that aren't salesy, they don't need to know what you do. You want to know what they do. You want to figure out whether or not you can actually go and help these people first, but 2, get them talking. People feel comfortable when they talk. And slow down. Listen, right? We have 2 ears, 1 mouth. You should be doing double the listening as you are to talking. And sales is all about listening and asking the right questions. So when you ask them, hey, that's super cool. I love what softwares do you guys use? They're going to rattle it off. What do you find challenging about your job? Or what do you love most about your job? Just go with positives, right? They're going to tell you, hey, just out of curiosity, what do you guys do for tech support? Do you guys do it in-house or do you guys outsource it? They will complain. If they don't like their in-house tech support, 9 times out of 10, they're going to complain, we have this guy. He's never available. He doesn't do it well enough. He's never quick to it. He takes a long time to troubleshoot. Oh, okay. That's cool. They're going to say, after you get them talking, they're going to be like, what do you do? Right? You've already asked them all these questions. You don't have to pitch them anything. They will naturally ask, what do you do? Or why are you asking all these questions, right? Well, my name's Harrison. I work for XYZ Business. I'm here to help you, or, we help people typically with their IT and technology issues. I just want to see where you guys are at. Maybe it's a conversation that you might be open to having, or maybe getting the right people involved to have that conversation. They will tell you, no, I've already talked to somebody about this, or hey, we're really happy with our company. They may have said negative things, but they know that they're supposed to say positive stuff. But feel it out. You gotta feel it out. You gotta live through that 3-foot rule of walking around with them and saying, hey, this is what we do. If you want to have a conversation about it, that's cool. Don't force it down their throats of, I want your business, because that's never going to be effective. Provide value. Oh, you know what? This is typically what we help people with. This is how we resolve things faster. If any of that sounds interesting to you, maybe you or somebody else, we can sit down and go over those technology solutions to maybe help your business out. And if not, it does sound like maybe you need to hire somebody, whether it's us or somebody else, it's totally fine. But based on the information that you've already told me, it sounds like you're not too happy with your tech people, or maybe it sounds like you have a really good guy in house, but he probably needs a team behind him. And it doesn't sound like the company's willing to get that just yet. I'm happy to have a conversation to make your life a little easier. When you start to frame it as it's a benefit to that person after you've leveraged that 3-foot rule, things become so much easier, because they're like, oh my God, you're going to solve my problems. And while we all, well, at least at one point, worked for a business, right? We want our own problems resolved. And when you could go to that person and say, I'm going to make your life easier, let's figure out who we need to get involved in the conversation. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to be more effective at work. That means they might be able to get more promotions, more raises. They're going to look better in front of their boss. The list goes on, because you could provide value and help them get rid of the issues that they're currently having at their office. And by doing that, you now look like a rock star, and they're going to look like a rock star by fixing all the other issues, by bringing an outside company in to at least have a conversation to resolve problems that other people at that company are having too. They may say, oh my God, we love our tech team. They are amazing. They're always ready, and they're always on the phone for us. They're constantly proactive with making sure that our computers are upgraded. We always have hiccups here and there, but honestly, we're really happy with them. Great. You are one of the few people that I hear that from. I am so happy to hear that. It drives me crazy when I hear people say they hate their tech people, because I feel bad, because working effectively in a competitive environment is huge. And if you're not doing that, or the company isn't doing that, it can slow you down and give other people the competitive advantage. And that's never fun. But if the time ever comes where you're not happy with your tech support, I'd love to have a conversation, and leave it at that. That's your whole sales process, especially when you're in the 3-foot rule. The reason why I'm telling you all this information in the 3-foot rule is because you're there. You're physically talking to somebody. They haven't reached out to you before. They haven't spoken to you, more than likely, in the past. You're just specifically learning whether or not you can help them. And if you can help them, what does help look like, right? Maybe they're super happy with it, but they're like, you know what? They never do updates. Great. Maybe you can just offer a solution to them. Maybe help onboard them onto that solution and walk away, and you're done. There may be small opportunities or large opportunities. So they might just say, we have the best tech support on the planet. I could not be happier with them. I am so happy to hear that. But you won't know until you catch their attention and leverage the 3-foot rule. Within an arm's reach or two, not too loud. I love elevators, weirdly enough. If I'm going into a meeting and I know somebody's on the elevator with me, before we get into that meeting, hey, what do you do? What's your name? My name's this. That's pretty cool. What company do you represent? I love it. That's all you need to do to master the 3-foot rule. It's not that complicated. And it's not a sales pitch. It's a conversation. You're just having that conversation within a 3-foot distance. And if you figure out that they are a horrible candidate for you, let them walk away. In my next video, I'm going to talk all about letting people walk away and finding the right clients, because they're going to make your life a living heck. Trying to avoid curses. The next one might have a couple curses in there, but it can be miserable. Having the wrong clients can be absolutely miserable. Finding the right clients can be. So once you master the 3-foot rule, I'm going to share with you guys in the next video on how to just walk away, because sometimes business is not worth it. Love you guys. I hope this video helps. Go check out the 3-foot rule. Go try it, right? Just literally walk up to somebody. Hey, learn, just genuinely be interested in learning about them and potentially helping their business. They will reciprocate in giving you information. And then from there on out, you might realize that they have really bad tech support and you're not a good fit, which is where my next video is going to come into play, and when you need to walk away instead of trying to be the solution provider for every single company out there. Love you guys. I'll see you guys later.